Last time I had afternoon tea in a mall, it did not go well. Let's see if this mall tea is better. If you know, you know. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the yummy of afternoon tea, Ladurée edition. In mid-July 2026, I took myself out for afternoon tea at Yorkdale Shopping Mall in Toronto, North York, Ontario, Canada, for a French-inspired tea experience at Ladurée, beginning with the good, as we do. The good for me here was that you got to make some choices. From the top tier, you could choose either macaron flavors or Eugène cookies and their flavors. Kindly excuse my poor French pronunciation throughout. English is my first language. To no one's surprise, I chose two Eugène cookies, a chocolate and a strawberry. You also got to choose your cake selection from the menu du jour, or you could walk over to visit the cake case. I chose the pistachio Saint Honoré. It was a showstopper indeed. I liked being able to customize my sweets, especially so I could avoid the macarons, n'est-ce pas? Another good aspect was the tea. I chose their Earl Grey tea and I liked it. It seemed to be a high-quality loose-leaf tea in a sachet. I was not given a side bowl to remove the tea bag, but I like it strong, so it was okay for me. I believe this is their own brand of tea. The menu says, quote, Creation Teas, which according to Google aligns with the name of their signature tea blends in French. I was happy to have a good tea here. We love a quality Earl Grey, don't we, tea friends? Wink wink. The bad? The pricing here was quite wonky to me. This afternoon tea experience is $75 per person. This is quite high, even considering this is inside a high-end mall in North York, Toronto. In fact, you find Ladurée at the corners of Zara, Sephora, and Louis Vuitton. Très posh. But what adds insult to injury is that you can pay for the majority of these things a la carte. And when you do the math, which I did, it makes you feel even worse for paying $75. Here's the breakdown. Their signature tea is $5.50. 2 macarons or 2 Eugènes, $10. Choice of Ladurée cake from Daily Selection, $14. 1 financier, 1 madeleine served with chantilly cream. 3 of those on the menu is $11.25, so divide by 3 means that each one is $3.75. So $7.50 for 2. Let's ignore the chantilly cream because what is it even for? So far our bill is $38. So of our $75, we are left with $37 for the savory tier, which you cannot buy a la carte. 6 appetizers, let's call them, at $37 means their price per is $6.16 each. Like what? Who's paying $6 each for these appetizer bites? Yikes. Maybe I'm alone in this, but this pricing seems whack to me. In terms of taste, overall this was a pastry-heavy tiered plate. So I guess that aligns with what we think of stereotypical French food in a pastry shop would be. The chives and cream cheese tart was literally one of those hard commercial tart shells with the straight sides, filled with cream cheese and topped with chives. Nothing else going on. I didn't love it. I had 2 of those to swap out the salmon one. The roasted veggies, pesto and parmesan vol au vent was okay. I liked the pesto flavor, but the roasted veggies weren't roasted enough for me. The tomato wasn't roasted at all. I had 2 of these to avoid the shrimp one. The goat cheese, honey, and cardamom tart had the same commercial tart shell, and I only tasted the goat cheese, which was fine, but like the other cream cheese tart, not much going on besides the cheese flavor. Meh. The blue cheese and walnut vol au vent was okay, very crumbly and quite dry. It was not filled enough for my liking. Overall, these savory bites were lackluster, and I would never pay $6 for each of them, nor $37 for all 6 of them, nor should anyone else in my opinion. Hey, quiche is also very French. Maybe they could reimagine this savory, swapping out the double tarts and double vol au vent by serving a delicious quiche with a buttery crust. Bring on more pastry, but at least it would add some variety. I like this idea. Hey, you're welcome. Next, we would eat the scones after our savories, right? Well, here there are no scones. I knew this before I went, and it's one of the reasons I've never come here before. Is it even afternoon tea without scones? Instead, you got a madeleine and a financier cake. The financier was delicious, and the madeleine cakes, well, are generally dry and don't impress me. There was also a huge cup of chantilly cream, presumably for the madeleine and financier items. This wasn't really necessary for me given the cake I chose, which was also very whipped cream based. Obviously, I missed a buttery scone very much. Imagine a delicious French butter scone. I wish. On to that cake. I am happy I chose the pistachio Saint-Honoré. It had a puff pastry base, a cream puff layer with lots of pistachio cream and some pistachio ganache or pistachio paste. It was adorned with mini pistachio cream puffs all around it. This was a showstopper, and it was delicious. I chose well, and this was well done. As for the top-tier cookies, the Eugène cookies were both really tasty. A cookie, flavored jammy/cookie layer in the middle, and a candy or chocolate coating. I really liked these in terms of cookies. Would I ever pay $5 for one? No, I personally wouldn't. But I was happy having tried them, and they were 10 times better than macarons, so that's a win. The ugly this place is not ugly. I would say it's quite small and tables are very close together, so be aware of that. And finally, the yummy, by far, without question, my favorite yummy bites were that pistachio cake. So glad I chose it. So overall, this really isn't close enough to afternoon tea to me. You can't just skip scones and call it afternoon tea. For me, this is a tiered plate of pastries, and I'd rate it higher if it were just sold as that. As an afternoon tea, this is like a 2 out of 5 for me, but this really is an afternoon tea, so yeah. I would definitely skip this tiered plate of items. I would highly recommend you go to Ladurée for a pot of Earl Grey tea and a slice of fancy cake. That afternoon treat would cost you $20, and your tummy would be just as happy, and your pocketbook may prefer it too. I'm glad I came to check it out. Will you be going? Let me know in the comments below if you're having this afternoon tea at Ladurée in Yorkdale Mall anytime soon. Thanks for watching, and please give this video a like, love, or thumbs up to let me know you watched till the end.